All right, let's go over some of the quarterbacks that did some preseason action. Joe Burrow in Cincinnati had him going from the start here. 157 quarterback rating, 2 touchdown passes. Woo! Stidham hot in Denver. Denver's offense is running good. Stidham had the 2 touchdown passes with a great quarterback rating too. How about in Chicago? Case Keenum come in here and did some action. Hey, you can see here he had Ben's offense isn't simple or easy. It's tough on a quarterback. Keenum says there's a lot of checks, multiple plays called in the huddle. He did pretty good. Veteran. And Tyson Badgett didn't do so good. And why wouldn't you get Caleb Williams some opportunities in that if it's so tough to learn and get him started? I don't know skipping holding him out. How about in New England? Had Ben Woldridge showing up here in some mop-up action. Josh Dobbs didn't do as good. Drake May didn't do enough to really qualify. I didn't have him on the list here because he didn't qualify. But hey, he didn't do as well either. How about, Tanner McGee here was one of the big darlings. Not quite that tall. I did exaggerate a little bit. But hey, 135, 2 touchdown passes, 252. He was hot, right? In Pittsburgh, you had a couple going. You had Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson, both with great quarterback ratings. Skylar Thompson, 3 touchdown passes. All right. So Pittsburgh offense with those under these two are looking good. Anyway, motivated. Why? Of course, didn't see any time for Aaron Rodgers here. No sense getting him some playing time with his teammates, getting them in going. How about in Buffalo? Have 2 battling for the backup job. Both of them did pretty good. Right here, you can see they both had good quarterback ratings. Everything going good there. So, which one will back up Buffalo? How about for the Jets? Don't worry, Justin Fields did good, but he didn't have enough. You had to have at least 10 attempts to qualify for my list here. So Martinez did, though, in mop-up duty later. He did pretty good. How about Eastern Stick here? All right, coming in playing for Atlanta, did good. 119 quarterback rating, that's good. Threw a touchdown, 15 for 80, 18. Why wouldn't you get Michael Penix Jr. here, who's played 3 games, some reps? That just doesn't make sense. They're worried that if he doesn't do good, Kirk Cousins. But then again, that might be why you're playing stick, because if you deal Cousins, you'd want him to have some. See if you have your guy, your backup. How about Giants here? DeVito, both, and Jackson Dart both did look pretty good. I liked what they did. Hey, both of them. And Russell Wilson didn't do bad either. He just didn't have enough attempts here to get on the chart. And Sam Howell here too in Minnesota, right? He looked good. So pretty well. Any fears here of if J.J. McMahon doesn't, McCarthy, gosh, does any of you other guys, J.J., look just like McMahon out there every time I see it. Anyway, so if J.J. McCarthy struggles, well then, hey, Sam Howell, I thought, did good enough that he could be the guy that they go to if something else. All right, had one more on the list. I didn't miss it. Shador Sanders here, right? 106 quarterback rating, 2 touchdowns. I'm sure you've heard a little bit about it if you follow fantasy or football. But we'll see what happens before the season starts. He did look pretty good. How about, let's look at some that aren't so good here. Tim Boyle, 0.6. I didn't even know that was possible. On a quarterback rating, 2 interceptions, 4 for 13. Whew. Bailey Zappi for Kansas City didn't do too good here either. For no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a quarterback rating 18. Jake Browning here, previously been pretty good in relief of Joe Burrow, but hey, quarterback rating 26, 6 for 14, interception. He didn't come to play. How about Riley Leonard? Saw a lot of him. He was all over the place in that game. Right? Not so good. The whole 50-50 on his passing, 12 for 424, and an interception. Yeah. And, here in New England, Dobbs did not look good at all. Right? 52 quarterback rating, 5 for 12. Just never really seemed in command. Maybe getting rid of Jacoby wasn't such a good idea. I had Bo Nix here for Denver. Hey, it was tough. Number one defense he's probably facing, or at least at the beginning, versus Stidham there, who cleaned up. But hey, 6 for 11 wasn't polished by any sort. Hey, Green Bay didn't like what I saw there. Malik Willis, 4 for 9. Ooh, 57 quarterback range. They just did not look in sync. Neither did Jordan Love, who started here. 1 for 5, quarterback rating 39. Just didn't look good there at all. How about Aiden O'Connell here? More of the same. 63 quarterback rating, 1 for 2, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Ugh. Rocket Man here, Joe Milton for Dallas, right? Oh, he could seem to fire those rockets at people. No touch whatsoever. Quarterback rating 68. Looks kind of raw to me. Daniel Jones here, well, 10 for 21. That's not so good. Didn't throw any interceptions, but 10 for 21. Spencer Rattler, how about the battle for the Saints at quarterback? 75 here on his quarterback rating. Shug did 86, just a little better. Threw a touchdown, but also threw that interception. All right, let's get started looking at some of these people that are impressed by moving. Of course, Bucky Irvin here didn't play, but he was affected the most, I thought, from what I saw, because, of course, Rashad White with this groin injury. And, he was looking pretty good, Rashad White. It looked like, wow, that groin, those can linger. And today, though, Bucks head coach Ted Bowles said, hey, day to day, and will not be participating in part. Hey, meanwhile, this Sean Tucker looked really good, filling in. Down a little bit last year, but hey, currently not ranked. Got in. Hey, look at that one game. He was the commander last year and is a head start. But White looked good the little bit of time he was in there. So maybe the news isn't as big as I initially thought. If he's back soon, hey, well, I tell you what, didn't he look like a real deal here? Is Emeka Ibuka? Boy, they just being out there. The size of him, his great hands. Notice the hands right away. Hey, McMillan looked good early too. Tampa looked like they were on pretty good there. So, hey, if Chris Godwin, is going to be, hey, you can see him dropping because we're not sure when, but. Hey, these two certainly could fill in. And, of course, Mike Evans, you just never know. One of my biggest changes probably going to be this Warren, right? Boy, Ty Warren, high pick, tight end. Brock Bowers last year, I thought everyone's going to have him cranked up there a little bit too high. Well, they only got him ranked 10th. I thought, oh, that's just too much. Well, boy, that in preseason game, he just put up 40 yards, but it was like the first 4 or 6 plays involved him. Just to look at him, maybe even just to block, like ISOing him on a block or something. Boy, the whole offense just looked like it was going to be around him. And that makes sense too. Late in the year, here they're 25th in passing, but if things aren't going good, and with Daniel Jones and with Anthony Richardson, depending how that gets straightened out, well, hey, they'll be showcasing their tight end, right, at the end of the year or through the year to show the fans, hey, we got something good. So, wow, he's very much worth this 10th ranking. He might even be worth a little bit more. So it's certainly, if he goes 10th and you take the last tight end and he's available, take him. Daniel Jones here. We talked about the quarterbacks early, didn't impress too much. Same here with Jordan Love. We saw that he didn't really perform too good. Kind of worries me a little bit, And then LaFleur said he was not satisfied with the sloppy cameo Love made. And that, hey, but they're going to hold him out against the game against Indy, the starters. Whew, I didn't get in there, but hey, one thing we did like, right? This Matthew Golden was the real deal. Get an eyeball on him. Looked really good. Same situation there. And I'll tell you what, all the other Packers receivers didn't look very good. Jaden Reed didn't really play, but Romeo Doubs dropped some. They all took their turn dropping some. But boy, that Matthew Golden looked good. Right? He looks like the real deal there. got him ranked up to 36 now. See, they keep bumping him up. Now he's up to 36. It wasn't just too long ago. He was, 44th, 45th. I'm thinking I'm getting a steal. Heck, he can be in the probably the 20s by the thing gets started here. But anyway, he looking good. And how about this Henderson? That kickoff return, yes, he looks electric. Maybe I should move him up a little bit more than what I've been thinking. They got him at the 24th ranking. He's been kind of just staying there. He looks electric. And Ramondre, hey, he showed up. Ramondre here, he been slipping down. Looked kind of Ramondre in preseason game. But hey, he was there. Hey, another one here is this two. Right here. Ty Johnson. I thought he looked pretty good. Looked energy there in the game, and of course James Cook dressed, didn't teased a little bit, but didn't play. Ray Davis, hey, but this Ty Johnson looked pretty good. So we'll see how that progresses. But hey, there's the big one here is Dawson Knox here, right? He looked pretty good. Showed up there, and just a constant thing. This Kincaid, he's right at the 13th. I don't know. I'd be wary, even though that seems cheap. That Knox just keeps hanging around. Did so in that preseason game, right? Here's a couple. Tyrone Tracy looked like he got the strength, hold on that number one job, especially with that scat bow with a hamstring. But hey, he did pretty good. Looked pretty good in the preseason. So they got him at 31st. Moving, I like the looks of that. And his dart looked good, of course. We talked a little bit about the quarterback. But hey, he looked good. I like that too. So, and up next, of course, everybody saw Keaton Mitchell. He did good. We talked about, for Baltimore. I just don't know how much play he's going to get. He can look good. Justice Hill's going to get passing a lot. And Derrick Henry, maybe him looking so good. Boy, what I noticed about him was upright running style. Kind of reminded me of Eric Dickerson. But hey, this Keaton Mitchell, just where he stands up while he's running. It just didn't look kind of, See how long he can last. Sam Howell, of course. He looked pretty good. We talked about him there. Hey, that just in case something happens with McCarthy, he'd be the guy, right? So we'll see about that. And that for your other players, too. Of course, this Jordan Mason, the local broadcasters. That's what I love about those preseason games. You get some local flavor. They liked him. Looked good. All talk went on about Jordan Mason. It sounds like he's going to get a lot of action there. So, and this Halani, he kind of looked good. This Halani here looked good. I have him I'm moving him. I'm not changing that thing up, move him up to third. Martinez wasn't shown there. Of course, starters did. Top two didn't do much or play at all. Of course, those Philadelphia one, Johnny Wilson and a couple of them flashed. Ooh, what about Braylon Allen here? Boy, he looked big, fit. Brees Hall, that 15th ranking here, 17th, they moving him down a little bit. I think he might move down a little bit more, especially if that sharing goes on, and all the sharing goes on. But hey, and of course, Justin Fields for his cameo looked good, so no problems there. Everything looked good there. He had ran one in. That's what you're going to expect from him. And, all systems go there for him. I think the Jets looked good, looked energetic, playing. The running backs looks, Isaiah Davis got a lot of play. They're going to play all three of them here. And Garrett Wilson, didn't get much, didn't play much. But, hey, Justin Fields looked good, ran one in. So, and, of course, here's the other two I wanted to say something about was Pollard and Ridley here. Ridley. Woo, he looked pretty good, and so did Ward, right, his quarterback. So Cam Ward looked like, hey, he might do some good there. So, yeah, this Ridley, I've been too down on him. 5th schedule. Hey, he's going to be the number one their target there. Tyler Lockett made an appearance, looked good. Well, not good, but hey, I saw him. And everything there on schedule. So, and the other one was Tony Pollard here with Tajay Spears going to be missing some time with a high ankle, right? Well, that just puts more. And hey, that I don't know. We're going to keep an eye on this Tennessee. He's got the 9th easiest schedule. Calvin Ridley has an easy schedule, and this Cam Ward has an easy schedule. A lot of easy schedules go around there. And if one of the people are going to be out, like Spears, I mean, it can mean a lot for the others. So, anyway, that's just some quick. I'll get another video out, but this was just some of my quick things. I finally made it through all 16 games. So, all right, let's take a look at this.